Hello, my friends. Welcome to another fabulous video from the Creativity Cave. I'm so excited to be stamping with you today. I have a fantastic project, if I can just say so, featuring the Flowering Cactus product medley. Now, this is a pretty sweet deal, you guys. It's a product medley that comes with a stamp set, coordinating dies, which are right here, and there's one more on my Stamp and Cut Emboss machine. There we go. It also comes with a really sweet combo of goodies. We've got DSP that coordinates. What? So awesome. And what I really love is this DSP right here cuts, there's dies to cut out all of these shapes in the kit. So nice. Love this. There's also some felt accents, which we're going to use today in both Calypso Coral and Highland Heather. And then there are 2 rolls of Baker's twine in Calypso Coral and kind of our linen-y thread color. So it's a really great deal to get all of these coordinating goodies in one packet. You can find this in my online store, and I'll put links to all of the products that I'm using in the description of this video, so you can just click on that, as well as my blog post that has photos of all this. So we're going to use this. One of the things that I really like about this are the sentiments. Life can get kind of prickly. Oh, I love that. I'm always here for you. Hope your birthday is filled with beautiful things. Oh, all good sentiments. So let me show you how I put this card together. I combined basically everything in the product medley plus one other set of dies. And this is a set of dies that, friends, if you don't have, you need to run. Don't walk, run to the online store and grab, because it's one of my all-time favorites. Okay, and that's the stitched shape dies, and these come in with ovals, squares, and circles. They're designed to work with the layering circles, ovals, and squares. They're so awesome. So what I'm going to do is start with, I've got all my pieces pre-cut here. I'm going to start with a card base that is Calypso Coral. Final answer. And I love this color. It's just bright and springy and happy. And this is one of my favorite patterns in the pack, so I had to use this paper. It's got these cool little cactuses in it that I just loved. Now I cut a piece of 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and I'm going to adhere that to a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, which is one of the coordinating colors in this pack. So that gives me a nice skinny little border. And then I'm also going to take, I've just cut a 1-inch strip of one of the other patterns. Look at this paper, so cute. One of the other patterns, and I'm going to adhere that right across here like so. Okay, and then I just will trim this down because that's easier than measuring. I am nothing if not kind of a lazy stamper. Okay, so there we go. That looks so cute. I'll also take that Baker's, or I don't know, twine that's in the kit. And I love it because it comes on the roll, so it gets kind of curly, especially if you get towards the end of one of the rolls. So we're just going to take and tie a little bow around our card. Now, don't worry, if you're bow impaired, a knot will look just fine, and no one will judge you for your bow abilities or inabilities. I certainly won't. I stay true to our "there's no judging" at the Creativity Cave mantra. Okay, so we'll just pull those ends and then kind of trim our cardstock. And I kind of like the curly cues that we get from this. They're just fun. Maybe we'll make our bow ears a little bigger, right? Those are ears. That's the right way to say that, isn't it? Okay, I'll scooch that up just a little higher on my card. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to adhere that to my card base. Now we got to actually do the stamping here. We're coming to that part in just a moment. Okay, so first, I think this is just a fun card as is. But as mentioned, I'm using the Stitched Shape dies. This is, again, one of my favorite dies that is actually on the retirement list, and I suspect it will run out of stock sooner rather than later, so I do recommend getting it. Now, what I'm going to do is take and stamp the little cactus in some Pear Pizzazz ink. And then in the stamp set, there's these two little lines, and honestly, I was like, what are those for? I wasn't totally sure, but they are like, it's the ground. Okay, so I'm just going to put the ground down for my cactus to sit on or to grow out of. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean. And then I will also take and add my sentiment in some Mossy Meadow cardstock. And it says, I love how our friendship has grown. So nice. And you can see that's a little darker shade, so it looks great. Now, I was going to add flowers, and there's little flowers in the stamp set that coordinate, but I thought, oh, we need a little more dimension on this card. So I thought we would pull those felt pieces out. Now, when I've been using the felt pieces in the past, I found that I haven't been using the really tiny ones. And you can see there's a bunch of different sizes that they come in. But these real little ones here, I hadn't really used much of. So we're going to pull those out and use those today. And they come with either a dot in the center or little stitching lines. So you can kind of choose. You can choose the same. You can mix and match. You can change colors. You can do whatever you want with these. I find on these little teeny pieces that sometimes you need to trim a little of that stitching on the back side. Now, to adhere these, I highly recommend using liquid glue. And the reason is because glue dots don't stick to that felt very well. But that liquid glue, once it dries, you just got to be a little patient. It will be great. Now, there's kind of 3 hump flowers, and then there's also 3 point flowers. So on my sample here, I'm using the 3 humps. And then the card that I have already done that has the 3 points, you can see the difference of the shapes of the felt. All right, so I'm going to set this aside to dry, and then I'm going to work on the inside of my card for just a moment. I've been getting so many people who love when I do the inside of cards, so I thought, okay, we'll do that. Now on here, I've cut a coordinating piece of the DSP. So we'll go ahead and adhere that. This piece is about 3/4 of an inch, but honestly, I didn't really measure because, you know, I'm a lazy stamper. I don't like measuring everything. But about 3/4 of an inch is fine. The one thing that's great about that, if you don't measure everything, is that you can easily, and actually I think I'll use glue dots for this, you can easily add things that are just scraps laying around, you know, in your supplies. Okay, so I've got a couple glue dots to adhere this real skinny piece. Now this is probably more like 1/4 of an inch, give or take. So we'll adhere that piece, trim the excess off, and then I'm just going to do my little cactus once again. This time I'll just kind of do it right there. I'm not going to do the ground because our DSP is sort of the ground in this case. And then I didn't want to put a felt piece on the inside of my card because of the thickness. So instead I'm going to just stamp that little flower. So this has 2 flowers, and I just want the littlest one because the other one is just felt too big. So I just am inking up the one, which is really nice and easy to do on photopolymer. So there we go. That looks great. There's also a die that cuts these out. So if you want to pop this up, you could do that. Like here's one. I originally looked at this for the front of my card, but I like the felt better, so that's why. Now, if you run out of the felt pieces, you can just die cut them, so that's another option. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to add another coordinating sentiment. Again, this is part of the kit, and it says, I'm always here for you. I'm going to overlap that ever so slightly on my little cactus because I think that looks nice, and then we'll just adhere this to the inside of our card. Very, very pretty. Oh. Now, if you love this product medley, as you just should, because it's great, I have two options to inspire you to the ends of the earth. Okay, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but not really. I have both an online class for this, which there is a PDF version, or there is a pre-cut cardstock version. And then I also have a free PDF version of the All-Star Tutorial Bundle, which you can get all month long if you spend $50 or more in my online store. So I will link both of those options. The All-Star Tutorial PDF, again, is free with a $50 purchase from my online store. And then the online class you can purchase separately. The projects in them are each completely different, so there would be a lot of inspiration by the end of the day if you got both. But they're really fun. The one nice thing about the online class is the pre-cut cardstock is included, so you can just create all those projects and not have to do the cardstock cutting yourself, just the DSP. Anyway, all of that is available. Like I said, I'll link everything in the description of my video. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to answer them. I hope you loved this fun project and you can create this on your own. Thank you again so much for stamping with me today, friends. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.